authentication and authorization. Sir, why we should go for authentication? Why we should go for authorization concept? Here just a bit very important terminology. Remember that, sir. Sir, you know the APIs what we developed can be accessed by everyone. Okay, by using endpoint, anyone can create a new resource, can modify, can delete an existing resource. It can create security problems. To provide the security for our API, we should go for authentication and authorization, right? Sir, what is authentication? Sir, very simple, sir. So we developed some API. That API should be accessible by only registered users. Are getting that API can be accessed by only admin people, not everyone. So how you can? So for that we require to go for authentication and authorization, right? Sir, what is authentication? The process of validating user is called authentication. Most of the times we can perform authentication by using username and password combination or by using tokens. Remember that. Sir, basic authentication, session authentication, token authentication, these three things are DRF inbuilt authentications. Next, some third party authentications also we can go for JSON, web token authentication, OAuth authentication, like multiple authentications are available, right? Okay. So now here just take a bit very special care about this one, sir. By using DRF, we can implement our own custom authentication mechanisms also. Okay, like next, authorization means the process of validating. The process of validating access permissions of user is called authorization. DRF provides several permission classes for authorization, right? Sir, what the first one? LONE is authenticated, is admin user, is authenticated or read only, Django model permissions. Django model permissions are non-read only. Like these things are various permission classes, right? So now after authentication, we have to perform authorization, right? So next, token-based authentication. I hope everyone can aware what is the token-based authentication, right? We covered very clearly, sir, almost two sessions minimum. Every request will be authenticated by using token, which is nothing but token-based authentication, right? So token-based authentication is the best suitable for native desktop clients and mobile applications, right? So now to implement the token authentication, we have to use a third-party application. Can you please spell out what is this application, sir? What is the name of this application? Can you please spell out? Okay, respond. What is the name of this application? Auth token. Are getting auth token application, which is responsible to perform token management. Are getting token generation of token, validating token. All these things are going to take care by auth token authentication, right? I mean auth token application, right? Which is responsible to generate and validate required tokens. This application is the part of DRF. Sir, which type of authentication we are discussing? Token-based authentication. Token-based authentication is the sir DRF, Django REST framework inbuilt support. Remember this one, sir. Next, steps to implement token authentication. Sir, compulsory. This application should require to add to the installed app, sir. Next, perform migrations. Why migrations are required? Can you please tell in the token-based authentication what is the need of performing authentication migrations? What is the reason? Because to save tokens, to store tokens, token table must be required. That table will be created. The table will be created once we can perform migrations, right? Okay. Auth token is the responsible, okay, to maintain that token. Next, we can generate tokens at the backend from admin interface by selecting required user. I showed already how you can generate tokens from the backend, sir. User can also send a request to auth token application to generate token explicitly. Okay, then how you can configure URL patterns, sir. Remember this one, sir. This is the views is the auth token views. Obtain auth token. Are you getting right? Obtain auth token is the function based view present inside views of auth token application. So this is the URL pattern. If you send a request for this URL pattern, automatically token by default we are going to get, sir. So next, we can send a request to this auth token application to get a token. Yes, okay, like this is the post request I'm sending. Sir, I'm sending get API token. Compulsory here slash must be required. By mistake, if you are not using slash, then you can't get, sir. Sir, username and then password you require to pass compulsory. So can you please provide token? Can you please provide a token related to this username and a password? So once we got the token, next time to access our endpoint, sir, just a token is enough. We are not required to pass username and a password, right? So just this line is the very important, sir. Auth token application will validate this username and password. After validation, it will check is any token generated for this user or not. If it is already generated, return existing token, token from the tokens table. If it is not yet generated, then auth token application will generate token and save in the tokens table, and then send the token to the client. Okay. From the postman also we can send the request, but username and password we have to provide in body section. Already I told this one, sir. Okay, well, next enabling authentication and authorization for view class. How you can enable, sir? There are two ways are available. At the view level, you can do that, or globally inside settings.py you can able to take. So per particular view class, if you want to do that, for a particular view class, if you want to do that, then you have to specify these two things, right? Authentication classes, token authentication, permission classes is authenticated like this. We have to specify, sir. So now token authentication is the part of REST framework dot authentication is authenticated is the part of REST framework dot permissions, right? Okay, like sir, now I send the request. I send this request to access my endpoint, sir. Earlier, without implementing this authentication, whenever we are sending the request, happily it is going to list out all resources, right? But here it is going to tell authentication credentials were not provided like this, right? So now I want to pass a token. How you can pass token, sir? Authorization token followed by, okay, this is the thing what you people should aware, right? Okay, once I'm passing the token, then only I'm getting the response. Clear for all, right? So to access this endpoint, compulsory we require to pass the token or not? Respond. Compulsory we require to pass the token or not? Yes, we require to pass the token. So this type of authentication is called token based authentication. But how the token will be generated? Okay, by using auth token application, token generation and the validation, everything is going to be happening, sir. Remember this one. Sir, enabling globally. If you want to do globally, if you want to enable globally, next inside settings.py, REST framework, default authentication classes, token authentication, default permission classes is authenticated like we have to take care. Okay, remember this one, sir. Next, do you know, sir, this is enabling globally, enabling locally. Sir, can you please tell when we should go for enabling globally, sir? If multiple view classes are available, multiple endpoints are available, for all endpoints, I want to enable token authentication, then better to go for, okay, this type of approach. Next, there are multiple permission classes are available. Sir, I will remember, right? Is authenticated or read only, something like that. So what is the use of yellow any? Sir, what is the meaning of yellow any? Anyone can you please tell? Hello, any. If I can take permission class, hello, any person is allowed to access. That is the default permission class. Any person. So no need to pass the token. Next, not required to authenticate. Any person is allowed to access. Then immediately you may ask, then what is the use of this one, sir? Yes, I covered very clearly, sir. Very clearly, sir. If we have, okay, 10 view classes are available. If we have 10 view classes are available, right? Okay. So first view class, second view class, like multiple endpoints are available. So I enabled authentication and authorization globally. Now for all endpoints, authentication is enabled. But a particular endpoint, I don't want authentication, sir. Then for this particular endpoint, permission class is yellow any. If you can take, so for all the things, authentication is enabled globally. but only for this particular class, only for this particular class, sir, now it will be disabled. For such type of requirements, happily you can go for yellow any. So there is a use is there for this, even it is the default. Can you please observe? Yellow any is the default value for permission class. If we configure permission classes globally, then applicable for all view classes. If we configure permission classes globally, then applicable for all view classes. If we don't want authorization for a particular class, then we should use this yellow any permission class. Sir, have you observed right? Now, sir, permission class yellow any, organic permission class yellow any. Only for this particular thing it is disabled, except this for all the remaining view classes it is authentication authorization is enabled, right? Any doubt? Any doubt? All the people, okay, clear. Next, various possible permission classes, right? Sir, I discussed each and everything, whether you remembered or not, I'm not sure. Yellow any is authenticated, only authenticated person, okay, is admin user. So stop status is equal to true. Such type of person only is allowed to perform operation. Only trusted administrators are allowed to perform. Trusted administrators are allowed to perform to access our endpoint. Then we should go for this one, sir. Next, is authenticated or read only. So means authenticated person can perform either read operation or write operation, but non-authenticated person can perform only read only. Next, Django model permissions. Django model permissions are enum read only. Have you remembered right? Django model permissions internally model based permissions we are going to use, right? So how this is the most powerful, full control will be there in our hand. Have you remembered right? I covered this one. Yes, friends, I covered already. How to give add permission, how to give change permission, how to delete permission, like even this one also we covered, right? Django model permissions are enum read only. So means that either Django, if I use Django model permissions, even for read operation also authentication must be required. Must be required. But Django model permissions are enum read only mean to perform read operation no permissions are required, but to perform write operation compulsory Django model permissions must be required. That's what, sir, I hope you people can aware these two things very clearly, sir. Okay, now so yellow any. So this is the default value. It is very helpful to yellow unrestricted access for a particular view class if global settings are enabled. Next, is authenticated, right? Yes, we covered is authenticated. How you can pass authenticated, like next is admin user. If is a stop status is the true, like this, right? We covered already. Sir, have you remember this one that day I told normal user, admin user, super user. Normal user can't access admin interface first. Okay, admin can log into admin interface, but no permissions to modify anything. But super user can log into admin interface and can modify anything. So three types of users are there: normal user, admin user, super user. Super user is the more powerful, you can do any operation, right? Next, is authenticated or read only. Django model permissions I covered already. Next, how you can give in the database, how you can give in the admin interface, like can change employee, can add employee, can delete employee, like this we have to take. Next, even this one also I covered already. It is exactly same as Django, except that it allows unauthenticated users to have read only access to the API. Okay, up to this, any doubt? Friends, all the people are in the sync with the terminology, right? Okay, so now the next thing what I have to discuss, right? So how to define our own custom permissions. This part must be required. Okay, how you can define our own custom permissions? This part we require to discuss, right? Sir, very simple, sir. So based on our programming requirement, we can define our own permission classes also. Can you please tell what are various default permission classes? What are various default permission classes we have? Yellow any, Yellow any we covered. Next is authenticated. Is authenticated we covered. Next is admin. Is admin or is admin user something like is admin. Next is admin user like some. Next is authenticated or read only model permissions like we have. But I am not satisfied with this. I'm not satisfied with these things. I want my own permission class. Yes, is it possible or not? No problem. Happily we can able to define our own permission classes. Our own permission classes we can able to define based on our requirement, right? Even we can define our own authentication also. Okay, like that. But how we can do that, sir? How you can do that? So permission class, if you want to define, okay, class XYZ permission. Okay, you can take any permission class. Compulsory. This permission class should be child class of base permission. Regarding should be child class of base permission. Remember this one. If you want to define your own permission, compulsory what we have to take, our permission class should be child class of base permission. Okay, like that. Next, we have to override which methods are, sir, has a permission method. Regarding has permission method, we require to override, sir. Okay, if we implement this method, has permission method, like then automatically this class will become our own custom permission class. Of course, I will explain with an example. Don't worry about this. Are you able to understand? So, is it possible to define our own permission class or not? Friends, is it possible to define our own permission class or not? Yes, we can. Such a type of permission classes are by default considered as custom permissions, right? Okay, how you can able to do that? Here, one class we require to use, that class name is a base permission class. Next one method we require to use, that method is has permission method we have to use, sir. So what is the code we have to take care? Okay, very simple, sir. Very simple. You have to observe that. Very simple. Let me go for our example, our same example, sir. Let me go for REST API apps OT. What is the last example we covered with the REST C4 like this, right? Okay, here test the app. 1 minute. I don't want all this nonsense. Okay, here just I'm taking, sir. Sir, have you remember, right? Just have a look once. This is the model. Very simple employee model. This is the model. Very simple employee model. Next admin. This is the registration with the admin interface. Next serializers. Model serializer a user, sir. This is the model serializer a user. User.py. What is the query set? What is the serializer class? What is the authentication class? And which type of permission we are going to use? Okay, up to this we covered, right? Okay. Now what I want to take, I want to define my own permission class. Sir, all your permission classes, what we have to define? Better to take a separate file. Regarding inside the test app, let me take a separate new file. What file I'm trying to take, sir? Permissions dot. Regarding permissions dot py. I'm taking permissions dot py like this. I'm taking, sir. Sir, now if you want to define any permission classes, your own permission class, compulsory you require to use base permission class and you have to override has permission method. But here my requirement is, observe it very carefully, sir. I want to define my own permission class which allows only safe methods. Regarding, I want to define my own permission class which allows only safe methods. Can you please confirm which are safe methods? Which are safe methods? Get is the safe method. Next, do you know options is the safe method. Next, head is also safe method, right? So you are allowed to perform only these three operations, right? By mistake, if any person, even authenticated person only, but is trying to perform put operation, post operation like immediately. We are immediately, sir, immediately we have to convey, oh, you are not allowed, you are not having permissions to perform this action. Like that, I have to do that. What we have to do, how you can able to do that, sir? Okay, sir, very simple, sir. Class is read only. Are you getting? Class is read only. Like this I'm taking. So my own permission class is read only. Okay, like next compulsory here base permission we have to take. First you have to import that base permission from rest framework dot permissions import base permission. Are you getting? From rest framework dot permissions import base permission. Okay, base permission like this I'm taking, sir. That's all. Okay. Now my next target. Now my next target, sir. DEF. Okay, DEF has a permission. DEF as permission. So what are arguments, right? Self, comma request, comma view. Sir, it is internally this method will be called by passing that view object as the arguments are view, self, request, and then view. These are the three arguments are there. Sir, how you want to implement, sir? Has permission, return true or false. If this has permission method returns true, then automatically this person having access permission, no problem at all, is allowed to perform that operation. By mistake, if this method returns false, then immediately it's going to tell you are not having permissions to perform this action. Like that, right? How you can implement? Very simple. If request dot method in request dot method in which methods? What is our requirement, right? Is a read only. Is a read only means it may be get or it may be post or getting. It may be get or options are ahead only. So how you can conclude to maintain safe methods? To maintain safe method, Django rest of framework dot permissions contain one more variable size there. What is that variable? There is one variable is there. What is that variable? Is just observe that safe methods. Are you in the position to see, right? Safe methods. Which is the safe methods, right? Get, head, options. Only these three methods are safe methods, right? Okay. Let me import this one. Let me import. Observe that it's already predefined variable. Is it safe method or not? Request dot method in safe methods. Safe methods. Okay. If the method is the safe method, return true. If the method is the safe method, return true. Return true. Else, have you observed? Else return false. Else return false. He is not having permissions for that. Okay, like, sir, are you feeling any difficulty to understand this code? Are you feeling any difficulty to understand this code? Nothing will be there. Regarding it's a very easy, sir. Nothing. Okay. Now, sir, that's all. I want to use this permission class. Okay, in our view function. Let me open views. Here, let me import my own permission. Let me import my own permission class from test dot permissions import is read only. Import is read only. Okay. Next, instead of this one here, just like commenting. Instead of this one, just I'm taking my own permission class. What is our permission class, right? Is read only. That's all. Is read only. Don't feel it is the default permission class. No, my own permission class. Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay, clear. Sir, now let me start the server. Let me start the server. Okay, with the rest, what is the application? C4. With the rest C4. Okay, py manage.py run server. Yes, run server. Okay, what next? Here just let me log in to admin interface because I required tokens. I required tokens. That's fine. Okay. Now Mallika, Sunny, Durga. These are the only 3 members are available. Okay. Now let me take Mallika. Authenticated is enough here, but anyway, is this person performing safe method or not, or requesting safe operation or not? Like it must be required. Okay. Now I'm sending get request. Okay, API. Just let me clear all history. So here observe that safe request I'm sending, get request only. But in the authorization, have you remembered, right? I forgot, sir. What we have to take? Can you please guide? Token. Okay, token space. You have to take the corresponding token. Observe carefully. Whenever we are sending the request like this, immediately the control will comes to view. Now, do you know there is a database query is going to be triggered to validate, sir, whether this token is valid or not. Who is the corresponding user? Okay, this user is Mallika. Regarding who is the corresponding user, Mallika, like this, right? Now let me send the request for this, right? Okay, here send the request. Is it acceptable or not? Yes, friends, is it acceptable or not? Yes, this is the data what we have, sir, in my database. Let me cross check, sir. You are showing some other database data, like you people may feel it is related to our application only. Don't worry about that. Okay, employees, how many employees are there? 2, 3, 4, 7. Only 4 employees are available. Okay, yeah, am I getting the same data or not? 2, 3, 4, 7. These are the only 4 employees what we have. Clear? So our own, get operation, are you in the position to perform or not? Yes, why not? Next, what I want to do is, instead of get, I want to perform patch operation. Instead of get, I want to perform patch operation, right? Patch operation. If you want to perform patch operation, okay, two I'm passing. Next, body here is shall yes. ECL 2 salary the 2000. Now I want to make as 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you please confirm if everything is working properly? Is this one is going to work or not? Can you please tell? Yes or no? No. The reason for that is you are performing which operation? Patch operation. But allowed permission is only safe methods. That's why if I can ask this one, then immediately this person is going to tell you do not have permission to perform this action. Getting, friends? You are not allowed to perform this operation. Like perfectly it's working. Now just get operation I'm asking. Just can you please list out this second record information? Yes, why not? Get operation, perfect. Only second employee data we are getting, sir. Yes, it's working properly, no problem at all. Now, sir, I want to delete this second employee data. Delete operation I want to do that. Is it acceptable or not? Can you please confirm? Is it acceptable or not? No chance at all, because it's not safe method. Now again it is telling you do not have permission to perform this action. Clear, right? You can perform only get operation. By mistake, if you perform put operation, patch operation, delete operation, or post operation, immediately it's going to tell that, sorry man, you are not having access permissions. Okay, like that I implemented, right? Next, so last, some students may ask the question, sir, I want only yellow only for get, yellow only for get. No problem. If the request dot method, if the request dot method is get, if the request dot method is get or double equal to get, return true, else false. Okay, like your only required methods also you can able to provide, no problem at all. Any doubt? All the people are in a position to understand, right? Okay. Now I want to go for one more custom permissions class. Okay. So here, yeah, one more. Just instead of taking this one safe methods, what I can take, I will define all the required methods inside a list. Now if request dot method in allowed methods, then return true, else false. You know, getting right? Yeah. Suppose here best example, get, okay, like I want to do that. Get method, post method, like I want to do that. 1 minute. If I print this one, if I print request dot method, what is the output we are going to get? Request dot method. Is it going to print? Is it going to provide what we call request dot method? Just observe that. Get operation, I want to do that. Get operation, I want to do that. Okay, send. Get is acceptable. Get is acceptable. No problem at all. Now in the server console, what is the line you are getting? Get. Like if I'm trying to perform delete. Sir, now send. Which line you are going to get, sir? You can't. But delete. Suppose my requirement is only yellow. Only. Just example 2, sir. Assume that example 2. Yellow, which allows only get and patch. Only get and patch. That's all. These are the only two things I want yellow, sir. By mistake, if I'm trying to provide any other, then no. Delete, not possible. Create, not possible. Put is also not possible. How you can implement, sir? Very simple. On fly, I'm trying to implement. Just have a look once. Okay, is just the same thing I'm taking. One more permission class I'm taking, sir. Is get or patch. Is get or patch. Get or patch. Like this I'm taking has permission. Here my requirement is allowed methods is equal to what the first allowed methods are? Get. What is the second allowed methods are? Patch. Get or patch. If for request dot method is in allowed methods. Are you getting that? Allowed methods return true, else return false. Any doubt? You know, Prabhash, Priyank, all the people are in the position to understand, right? If request dot method in allowed methods, like okay. Now is get or patch. Let me cross check whether it is working properly or not. Let me cross check. Even I didn't test also earlier. Is get or patch. Okay, like now here I'm taking is get or patch. Is get or patch. That's all. Either you are allowed to perform either get or you are allowed to perform patch. That's are only two operations, right? Sir, I'm trying to perform get operation. Get operation. Yes, perfectly. It's going to provide second. Now I'm trying to perform delete operation. Now I'm trying to perform delete operation. You do not have access permissions. Wow, good. Now I'm trying to perform patch operation. Now patch operation. Patch operation, salary, I want to 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to update the salary. I want to update the salary, sir. Sir, earlier record 2. What is the current salary? Is the 2000, I hope. 2000 is the current salary, but now I want to make a 3, 4, 5, 6. What will happen, sir? Patch, here patch, I'm taking send. Patch, I'm taking send. Yes, friend, is it allowed or not? Is it allowed or not? Yes, allowed patch. If you want, you can check database also. Okay, now 2 record instead of 2000, 3, 4, 5, 6 by default will come. Regarding 3, 4, 5, 6 by default came. So like we can implement our own permission classes also. Yes, we know the not the set. It is either list or tuple. Okay. Now what is the next one we have to take care? Take very special care about this one. Only get on the patch. Okay, like we implemented, sir. Next up, one more. Third thing what I am taking is, observe carefully, sir. Okay, my own permission class. Here very simple, sir. Very simple. I want to define my own permission class with the following requirement. A bit complex requirement I want to take, sir. What is that? Is if the name is Sunny, if the name is Sunny, I mean username is Sunny, then yellow all methods. Sunny having super permissions. Regarding Sunny is allowed to perform all operations, right? Allow to get, put, patch, delete, any operation she can able to perform. If the name is not Sunny, if the name is not Sunny, okay, what will happen? Not Sunny. Under the name contains even number of characters. Even number of characters. If the name contains even number of characters, then all safe methods are allowed. Safe methods are allowed like this side. All safe methods are allowed. Otherwise, not allowed to perform any operation. Otherwise, not allowed to perform any operation. Okay. Now, are you able to understand that? If the name is Sunny, excellent. She can perform all required operations, right? Next, if the name is not Sunny, and the name contains even number of characters, then only safe methods are allowed. Okay. Next, otherwise means if the name is not Sunny and contain odd number of characters, then okay, so then no operation is allowed to perform. Are you able to get right? Okay, well. So now here, how many users are there currently in my database? Mallika, Sunny, Durga. Sir, Mallika contain how many characters? MALLIKA, 7. Durga, 5 characters. Sunny anyway, super permission is there. Let me create one more user, sir. One more user. Let me create one more user. Okay, named with Ravi. Here named with Ravi. I want to create a new user named with Ravi. Next, Durga 1 2 3. Durga 1 2 3. Like this I'm taking. Save. Okay. Next, here observe. I want to generate one token related to Ravi also. Add a token, but which users are Ravi user save. Okay. Now do you know just tokens for Ravi also a new token got generated. No issue at all. So now even number of characters, odd number of characters. Whatever requirement is, if the name is Sunny, she is allowed to perform any operation, no problem at all. But if the name is not Sunny but contain even number of operations, he is allowed to perform safe, only get next options on the head operations only. If the name is not Sunny and contain odd number of characters, Mallika and Durga, he is not allowed to perform any operation, even get also. This is my requirement. Are you getting my requirement right, friends? Okay. Now, how you can implement this code? How you can implement this code, sir? Very simple. Let me take another permission class. Okay. Here same. Now because names may be changed, method name, everything is the same. So class Sunny permission. Are you getting? Sunny super permission. Sunny permission like this I'm taking, sir. Sunny permission like self. Here, can you please observe that very carefully, sir? What is the code I have to take? Anyone having the idea? Can you please tell? First, you have to get username. First, you have to get username, not employee name. Username, authenticated username I have to get, sir. Okay. How you can get the authenticated username? Very simple, sir. Username is equal to request dot user, authenticated user dot username. User is an object. User model object, sir. User model object. Now I got username. Okay. Well, now if username, okay, if username dot lawyer is equal to Sunny, like this I'm taking. Why I'm taking? Maybe user may has capital Sunny, something like no problem. Okay. Even so, case wise we are not required to worry. After converting to lawyer, then only comparison is going to be happen. Okay. Like next here, just Vinod, what's your doubt? Here request dot user, authenticated user object you are going to get dot username. Self means for every instance method compulsory the first argument should be self. Current Sunny permission object it is going to refer. Okay. Next, if username is Sunny, okay, now return. Can you please tell, sir? If Sunny, then automatically you are not required to perform any further checks. What you can take? Please respond. What you can take? Return true. Return true, sir. Okay. If username is the Sunny, then you are not required to perform any checks. Next, elif, sir, username. Here there is one small problem is there. Remember this one, sir. Small problem is there. What is the problem is? Suppose not authenticated. Assume that, sir. User not authenticated. Sir, I'm not passing any token. Sir. Not authenticated. Means then if you are asking about request.user.username, what is the answer you are going to get? Do you know? You will get empty. You are getting empty. Not none. Empty string you are going to get. Empty string, what is the length? You know, what is the length? 0. 0 is the even or not? 0 is the even. So, even length, if the name is not Sunny and the name contains even number of characters, then all safe methods are allowed. So, make sure compulsory authentication must be required. That's why what we can take, if username is not equal to empty. Okay, well, yes, authenticated also we can use. It is also one technique. And it is not empty. And length of username is even %2 is equal to 0. Sir, have you observed? So if it is not empty, means valid username, but it contains empty even number of characters. And so he is requesting safe method only, and request dot method in safe methods. In safe methods. Wow. Observe that, sir. all the three conditions got checked. So not empty and even and request.method is in safe method. Return. Can you please confirm, sir? What I have to return? Return true. Return true, sir. Okay, well. Else return false. That's all. Now, of course, multiple ways are there to implement, but anyway, one simple possibility, right? Sir, if the name is Sunny, wow, wonderful, all access permissions are there. But if the name is not Sunny, elif, it is not empty, means authenticated. Next, even number of characters are there. Okay, well, and the request method is the safe method only. Okay, allow me. So even number of characters, but request method is post, or otherwise patch, then else return false. That's all. Now this permission class will work or not, I require to check. Okay, observe carefully, sir. Now here I'm taking is a read only. Next, Sunny permission. Now let me take Sunny permission. Like I'm taking. Any doubt? Can you please confirm about this one? Any doubt? Okay. Now, if the user is Sunny, assume that's all. Okay. I want to send the request, but header, what token I provided, sir? What token I provided is the Sunny related token. Okay. Now Sunny related token. Okay. Now that's all. 3-1D Sunny related token. Get operation. Is it allowed or not? Please confirm. Get operation allowed or not? Perfectly allowed. No problem. Yes. Get. It's coming. Sir, next patch operation. Allowed or not? Patch operation. Okay. In the patch body, instead of 3, 4, 5, 6, 786, I'm taking. Send patch operation. I'm sending, sir. Now patch operation I'm trying to send. Yes, it is allowed. 200 response only. In the backend database also, I hope so. 2 instead of 3, 4, 5, 6, 786 got changed. No doubt at all. Okay, patch. Sir, delete anyway. 7th record I want to delete, sir. 7th record I want to delete. 7 delete. Last record, sir, delete. 7th record I want to delete. Send. Perfect. Deleted, sir. 204. Status code is the 204. Deleted. Now let me cross check. Last record by default gone. So Sunny can perform all operations. No doubt at all, right? Okay. Now if I can take in our backend Ravi, sir. Backend user Ravi is allowed to perform which operations? Can you please tell which operations Ravi is allowed to perform, sir? He is allowed to perform which operation? Only safe operations. Right? Now I'm changing. I want to change the token, sir. I mean headers. Just instead of Sunny token, now I'm sending. Now I'm trying to send the So Ravi token, right? Now here he is trying to perform get operation. Yes, no problem at all. Valid. Okay, he is trying to perform get of particular record. Allowed, no issue. But he is trying to perform patch operation with the body instead of 786, 777, like I'm taking, sir. Send. Is it allowed or not allowed? Can you please confirm? Is it allowed or not allowed? Yes or no? No, because even length, if the name is even length, is allowed to perform only safe operations. Are you getting? Only get but not patch. Now observe, you do not have permission to perform this action. Yeah, wonderful. Getting right? Only safe methods he can able to perform. Get options head like that, right? You do not have permission to perform this action. Yes, it's working, sir. Now my next target. Now that next one is okay. Here let me check the functionality of Durga. Durga is a super admin. Super admin, sir. According to our customizer permission, for Durga, is it allowed to perform any operation? Can you please confirm? He is the super user, sir. Super user. Is he allowed to perform any operation? No. Custom permissions, right? If it's the model permission class, model permission, Django model permission, then no problem. Super user automatically have that permission. But here, custom permissions our own. Now, let me cross check, sir. Okay, here Durga related, sir. Okay, here what I'm trying to take, headers token related to Durga. Now, sir, get operation only. Can you please observe? Super user. So what? Are you getting right? So what? Super user. So what? Here all operations are allowed only for Sunny, but not for any other person. Getting? So Durga, get is not possible. Then automatically normal get listing operation also. Let me check. Not possible. Okay, sir, delete operation I want to do that. Delete operation I want to do. Delete operation not having any permissions. Sorry, you do not have permission. So terminology is very clear for you people, right? How you can implement our own custom permissions. Any doubt? Okay, I hope clear for all of you, right? Okay, so yes, here three things we are using. Okay, like how you can able to implement our own custom permissions, right? Okay, that's all. So this is about token based authentication. What you people should aware, sir. Okay, so this application I will share for you people, right? Okay, now there is one small problem is there. What the problem is? Just to take a bit very special case, sir. So that's all. This is about token based authentication. There is one small issue is there. What is that issue is? Observe very important point. You are sending the request. You are sending the request to the endpoint with the token. Correct? You are sending token. That's all. Now my question is, how DRF will identify the corresponding user? Can you please tell me how DRF will identify corresponding user? So first, this token, is it available in the database or not? If this token is available in the database, then this token is associated with which user? It will identify. Now it is going to get this is the Ravi is the corresponding user, or Mallika is the corresponding user. Like so, for every request, compulsory it should communicate with the database to identify corresponding user. Token won't provide. Okay, token won't provide user information. Correct, right? To identify user, to get the corresponding user, compulsory we require to communicate with the database. Okay, database querying the database must be compulsory. Of course, we are not doing querying the database either mandatory, which will be performed internally by our token application or otherwise the Django or extra framework. Correct or not? Please confirm, friends. Correct or not? Okay. Now, if it is a public API, Assume that if the sir any what we want more huge number of registered users are there, 1 crore registered users are there, sir. 1 crore registered users are there. All these people can send the request, can send huge number of requests to our API. Then automatically how many database queries are going to be triggered? For every request, one database query is going to be triggered. Automatically performance is going to be down. Correct or not? Performance is going to be down. Yes, performance will be down, and the scalability of the application will be down, sir. Scalability of the application will be down. Compulsory scalability also will be down, sir. Okay, performance will be down, scalability of the application also will be down, sir. Okay, now so if this is the main important problem with the DRF, inbuilt token authentication, sir. Okay, so to overcome this problem only we should go for third party authentication, sir. Third party authentications. To overcome this problem we should go for third party authentications. One such type of best thing is JWT, sir. Regarding one such type of best thing is JWT, JSON Web Token Authentication. Okay, now immediately you people may ask the question, sir, it is also token based, also token based, same sir, it's also token based only, but DRF token authentication and the JWT token authentication, the tokens are different, sir. This token is more powerful when compared with the DRF token based authentication tokens, sir. Here this token contain, do you know, if you observe this token contain just only that's all, a sequence of characters for unique identification. Beyond that nothing, sir. This token won't talk about who is the user and so on, but JWT token can provide user information also. We are not required to communicate with the database. Getting? So 1 crore request also you are sending, never required to communicate with the database. Just a token itself is going to provide, yes, this is the user, this is the corresponding user, like that, right? So obviously performance will be improved, scalability of the application is going to be improved like anything. That's why, so no one is going to use token based authentication in real time large scale applications. Compulsory the people should go for either JWT like these type of things. Okay, then immediately SEMA already started asking, is it secure or not? Yes, it is secure because the token is available only for few minutes. Regarding token is available only for few minutes. Of course, all those internal things we are going to discuss. Don't worry about that. We are not going to pass any username and password with every request. Priyank, we are not going to pass username and password with every request. Just we are always going to pass token only. That token in encrypted form which contain user information. We are not required to store our tokens anywhere in the backend database. We are not required to create any tables. Okay, my client is responsible to maintain token, so that the token is keep on sending, but the token is a temporary time, 5 minutes only. After 5 minutes it will be expired automatically. Okay, but we have some facility is there, that part I will discuss. Clear, right? Okay, that's all. So this is about our next sir. Okay, I will share this token based authentication. Just go through that, sir.